Matt.
Alex.
I'm Solomon.
All right. Howdy, y'all. I like to start this speech off with a little quote that goes something like this: "You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." Christopher Robins said this to Pooh when he felt he was lost without him. Sometimes we need that little bit of encouragement when we're on our lowest days. Today, depression globally has 280 million people, and roughly in the United States alone, 22 million people affected by depression. Depression not only takes a mental toll and physical toll, but also your financial and social relationships. Today, we'll be talking about how depression affects your ability to learn as well as in your everyday life. But first, let's talk about the science behind depression and how it affects your brain. Depression is based on something called monoamine deficiency hypothesis, basically saying that 1 out of 3 nanotransmitters in the brain are deficient or underactive. Being exposed to chronic or severe stress or trauma may cause these connections to be heavily severed, making it almost cloudy. But currently, it is just a hypothesis. It can also be caused by deep parts in the brain, like the sleep and behavior from the amygdala, regulate memory and stress hormones from the hippocampus, as well as sensory information, distinguishing good and bad feelings from the thalamus. With all these major changes, it can also create serotonin and norepinephrine to be out of whack. Now that we know a little bit of the science, we also know that depression also has the ability to really affect your ability to learn new information. Chemical imbalance causes the ability for attention to be heavily affected. Because of having this negative emotion all the time, fatigue and anxiety soars. Not only does that soar, but sleep is also affected, making these things even greater. Children as young as 3 years old can start developing depression. That is pretty depressing. As they enter school, they begin to compare themselves with their peers, making it almost seem that they are not good enough to be there. This may cause the individual to withdraw from their school as well as their friends, making it even harder for the teachers and their parents to understand what's going on with that individual. From school to everyday life, depression can also have a heavy grip on you and on the individual. Being in a sad and hopelessness state of mind makes the individual stay in bed all day. And creates a bad relationship with people around them, as well as disregarding their responsibilities and physical health. As well as old people are sometimes misdiagnosed. They think that physicians believe that sometimes depression has hang on, sorry about that, mimic symptoms as dementia, sometimes labeling it wrong and creating almost a cognitive disability, which is completely wrong. On the screen now is the Texas Crisis Hotline. Depression has a hard impact on individuals no matter what. It's always important to speak up to family members and loved ones on understanding what battles they lie quietly. Speak up to yourself. Speak up to family. Speak up to anybody, the therapist, the loved one, or to someone on the hotline. It doesn't hurt to at least give it a shot. Hopefully today you learned a little bit more how depression affects how you're learning, your ability to learn, as well as learning in your everyday life. Thank you.